Sir, I'm reading at least a portion of the IMF country report for 2024 December. It says here, artificial intelligence. Okay, here we go. Estimates of IMF is that 36% of jobs in the Philippines are highly exposed to AI. That balance almost 4 out of 10. And of that, there's about 14% of the total workforce at risk of being replaced by AI. That's around 1 out of every 7 workers in the Philippines. So medyo malaki-laki yun.
Halimbawa, ang growth corridor kasi natin sa ating industriya ay the BPO sector.
Oo nga eh.
Diba? At yung sector na yan yung pinaka-vulnerable sa artificial intelligence na hindi na kailangan ng masyadong maraming tao. AI na yung papalit. So, yung growth corridor na yan ay pwedeng tamaan. Kaya hindi naman ganun ka off the mark yung statement ng IMF.
Yung ganung estimate. So, sir, are you seeing the same future for Philippine labor?
Of course, we continue to monitor yung mga transformations po na ito, Sir Ed, na nangyayari sa labor market. And of course, part of that is looking at what would be the skills required by our companies in the private sector. Ano yung mga competencies na kakailanganin po nila? And do we have the supply or the workforce for these vacancies that will be emerging in the near future? And so, of course, we continue to monitor yung mga tinatawag nating emerging industries. And tama po kayo, based on these studies from the different organizations, no, lumalabas po talaga yung mga routinary, repetitive tasks, no, and skills ay madaling very vulnerable to automation and digitalization.
Pero sir,
Pero Director, nagsalita na din dyan ng yung Association ng Business Process Outsourcing Group saka IT. Sabi nila yun naman daw mga tao nila, they are learning new skills using AI actually. So nagkakaroon ng reskilling, upskilling. So hindi sila masyadong takot. Masyado bang optimistic yung pananaw na yon, Director, sa nakikita nyo on the ground?
Tama po kayo, Ma'am Amino. Actually, isa po yan sa nakikita nating areas for collaboration with the private sector. Yung pong mga upskilling and reskilling interventions po na ginagawa nila ay importante para sa kanilang mga employees, lalo na yung mag-a-adapt po ng mga technologies. No? But of course, on part of the government, sa Department of Labor and Employment, we have our developmental intervention that would cater to needs of our employers, particularly looking at how we can increase yung awareness ng ating mga workers, students na papasok sa workforce. So lahat po ng ito, pinaghahandaan natin. For example po, sa ating mga youth beneficiaries for our youth employability programs, we have already introduced yung awareness nila sa digitalization, how to navigate itong mga digital platforms. In fact, in our youth employability programs, we have our youth employability exchange. It's a digital platform where our youth beneficiaries can actually navigate and check ano yung mga opportunities na pwede nilang tignan to improve their core and life skills po na gagamitin nila sa kanilang mga work experiences po.
Ang problema ay AI as well as robotization ng ating industry ay talagang binabawasan ang human element. So kahit i-develop natin yung skills ng ating mga workers ay talagang binabawasan yung human element. So saan natin sila ilalagay? No, yun yung problema hindi lamang sa Pilipinas kundi sa buong mundo. No, ito yung dilema ng buong mundo. Yung robotization at saka yung artificial intelligence ay talagang binabawasan dramatically yung human element sa industriya.
We also observe that, Sir Ronald, no? And tama po kayo dyan. Kaya po, nag-shift din po ang DOLE sa aming mga youth employability programs. From before that we call it life skills training, now we call it core skills. Core skills na tinatawag natin na hindi lang tinitignan yung mga fundamental or yung mga low skill na dapat meron yung mga ating mga youth beneficiaries, but importante na dapat meron sila ng mga critical thinking, high level skills po na kakailangan nila, problem decision making, time management, and all those other core skills po na binibigay natin sa ating mga youth beneficiaries. Importante po na ma-build at the early stages of development, no, para masiguro natin yung employability nila in the future. But that's not just it po, no? Meron pa tayong mga skills development interventions under TESDA, which is also, of course, under DOLE. No? Sa TESDA po, meron na po silang mga courses on generative AI, which introduces yung awareness sa ating mga tech book level ng mga workforce po. No? And of course, we have our PRC who caters to the needs of our professionals, looking at continuing professional developments, prioritizing areas on digitalization and artificial intelligence. So we're making sure na lahat ng stages of development po ng ating workforce, meron tayong interventions that looks into yung digital skills po ng ating mga kababayan. But not only that, meron po tayong Philippine Digital Workforce Competitiveness Act. It's a new law which creates a council that monitors all digital skills training provided by the government, not just by DOLE, even other departments po katulad ng TICT and DTI for all our for different interventions. And we need to make sure that all these interventions have the same intentions of increasing employability of our workforce.
Meron ba tayong ganung strategic national plan ang DOLE para saan ba natin dadalhin ang ating labor, no? Ano yung ating comparative advantage? Ano yung magiging key result areas in 5 years, in 10 years, no? Dahil yung mga kapitbahay natin merong ganun eh. Kaya nalampasan na tayo ng Vietnam eh, no? Nag-scale up sila in terms of education, nag-scale up sila in terms of technical capability. Tapos dito nila dadalhin, no? They're even producing their own electric vehicles now eh, no? Na talagang dinesign nila yung kanilang economy at yung kanilang labor papunta sa isang specific direction. So far, wala akong nakikitang ganun eh. Meron ba kayong plano na gumawa ng ganyang klaseng...
Director, idagdag ko rin kay Ronald kasi for the longest time, ang pinagmamalaki ng Pilipinas in terms of labor is the language advantage. That we are very proficient
Hindi lang ngayon
in
yun.
English. Well, kahit hindi na ngayon pero ang tagal kasing ganun. Pero kasi with the advent of AI is basically large language modeling. AI basically uses language models to build build answers. So AI has taken over that what used to be our advantage because now anybody can use AI.
Yeah, lalo na medyo nagde-deteriorate yung ating education system, no? Yung ating
Hindi lang medyo, ikaw naman, napakabait mo.
Pabait ako. Yung ating learning poverty is 91%.
Itatanong ko nga yun eh, ano epekto nun? Yung quality of education natin,
Yes.
you need a pretty high level of education
Yes.
to understand tech eh.
Yes.
Di ba? Hindi ba
Yes.
malaking problema yan sa mga program nyo?
Yes, po, just to answer the first question po, we have existing policy instruments and directives. No? Una-una po dyan yung Philippine Development Plan. And from the PDP, we have, of course, our Labor and Employment Plan. In the Labor and Employment Plan, we focus on 3 things for our workers. Unang-una po, increasing their employability, making sure that yung skills, yung competencies nila ay angkop sa pangangailangan po ng industriya, ng private sector, and of course, yung mga vacancies po na pinopost natin. And pangalawa po, yung expanding access to opportunities. And while we make sure that they are employable, dapat may access sila sa mga vacancies po na ito at sa mga opportunities po na ito. Dapat alam nila kung nasan yung mga opportunities na ito. And of course, pangatlo po, yung pagsisiguro na we don't do this on our own. Hindi lang po gobyerno ito. Kasama po natin dito ang private sector at ang ibang mga development partners natin at ang mga manggagawa po para masiguro po na we have full of a society approach in tackling this issue po.
Okay. Maraming salamat for joining Storycon Director Patriwirawan, Jr. from the DOLE Bureau of Local Employment. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Salamat, Director.
Thank you, Director.